There are two things that I want to address and get out of the way first before we get any further, just because I'm not entirely sure how this is going to blend in with the overall content. So apparently there's been a lot of talks about an audio cue or something of that sort. Where is it, chat, actually? I was told to go to like one of these two islands and to listen for something. I guess that there's like, is it the boss island or is it this island? It's the boss one. Okay. Chat's telling me to spawn or to travel to this boss island and to turn down my music and turn down my voice and listen for something. Turn down music and dialogue. Okay, Paimon, shut up. Paimon, shut up. Let us scale and let us see what's up. So I was told to come all the way up here and go as far. Is that growling? I hear something. Hold on. That sounded like growling for a second. What is that? Is there like an area over here? Okay, I heard it that time. What the heck? How did someone find this? What the hell? Okay, yeah, I definitely hear something. I don't know what the hell that is. Also, does anyone else notice the red sky? What the fuck? Why is that part red, but everywhere else is like a blue hue? And then this one's like, hey, the Mare Jivari's over there, buddy. Get ready for hell on earth with that immortal creature in the Mare Jivari that freaking Albedo needed a bit of their flesh to revive Durin. I'm assuming the Mare Jivari might be like in this general. Actually, the Mare Jivari might be above us now that I think about it, west of the volcano, which is what I said when we were doing the world quest. But yeah, you could definitely hear something. What that is, I have no idea. So yeah, whoever came up with that, I appreciate it, but bro, you got way too much time on your hands. That's all I'm saying. How you figure that out, I have no idea. So yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what the hell that is. So here's another thing. A ton of people were spamming this for me to do in the last stream, but apparently I can't do it because I'm a certified pro gamer. So if you did the 5.6 paralogism Archon quest, Durin's heart gets extracted out of the mountain, which is kind of a problem for like a couple seconds, because that means if you need these materials, you need to like collect the teeth around Dragon's Spine, and then you need to invigorate them with like Durin's essence initially. But now that Durin's dead, technically these 8 teeth are the only teeth that were ever created by Durin. There's no way for you to revitalize these, to empower or to imbue these teeth in order to like craft whatever weapons you need. So I was told that you have to come to the NPC, I think his name's Orban or something. Wait, where is he? I think it's this guy. Yeah, this guy. So you got to come to this guy, and I guess this guy will give you like an alternative to that power source. And apparently he gives you some extra dialogue. You only get the dialogue if you didn't do the quest that initially starts the dialogue, where originally it tells you about Durin's vitality. But if you didn't do the quest and now you do it, it'll give you something else. But I did the quest in 1.2 because that shit came out over 4 years ago. So for newer players, you should have already done it. If you hadn't done it, then you just don't do your quests. Because I did it, I don't think he's gonna tell me about it. I'm gonna have to pull up the Wikipedia for it. Yeah, I'll probably have to pull up the wiki. Oh, see, yeah, extract power with dragon teeth. The rune stone on the crafting bench emanates a strange glow. Wow. Disgusting. Not my Durin. Get this shit out of here. I'm done. I can't do this, guys. Durin got done dirty. I should have freaking empowered all of my teeth before I did this. I'm so sad. All right, give me 1 second. So the quest is called the Festering Fang. This is where it is right here. Festering Fang. It's tied to Durin. It's tied to Dragon Spine. It's a world quest during 1.2. This is the original dialogue here. This is the Durin's Heart version, which is what I got a couple years ago. So we have the Runestone version here. Okay, let's just pretend we didn't do the quest, guys. Let's immerse ourselves, all right? I was hoping you'd swing by. About those dragon teeth. When you were off exploring, I ended up hitting a slight snag over here. I've never seen anything like it before, so I had someone talk to Mr. Albedo to see how we are able to deal with these materials. And so, if you look over yonder, you'll see that Mr. Albedo had Miss Sucrose send over a rune stone. We need to give the materials the special treatment before we can use it to forge weapons. One of said methods is to have one dragon tooth absorb dragon-related vitality and then use the vitality teeth to treat the other dragon teeth. As for what Miss Sucro said about the runestone, yes, she said that it was a relic left by the Knights of Favonius by the Wandering Troop. Whoa, wait, this is the Wanderer's Troop lore. Wait, what? This is hundreds of years ago. As for what Miss Sucro said about the runestone, yes, she said it was a relic left to the Knights of Favonius by a wandering troop that helped Mondstadt rebel against the old nobility 1,000 years ago. That's so cool that they connected the Wanderer's Troop. That's so sick. We did read the Wanderer's Troop a couple years ago. I never uploaded it to YouTube, but it is in my VODs. The flautist of that troop once fought against a monster known as a Bakunawa in the Mare Jivari? Wait, what? Is that the immortal monster? Is that the immortal creature that's in the Mare Jivari that Albedo asked Alice to tear off some of its flesh to resurrect Durin? A Bakunawa? I've never heard of that before. This runestone was crafted from its body. Bro, we're getting Mare Jivari lore here too? Philippines mythology? Really? Wow. Oh, wow. If the player has completed the event, Iktomi Spirit Seeker Scroll event. Wait a minute. If Paimon's memory isn't failing... Bro, this is so ass backwards. How do they expect you? So this event came out in 1.2, but like they expect you to have done the Iktomi Spirit Seeker Scroll event in 5.2, but not this 1.2 event first? What the fuck? That's so weird. Unless they expect people to like blitz immediately to Natlan and skip everything and then retroactively go back. But like I would never be able to get this because I did all my content in chronological order. Wait a minute. If Paimon's memory isn't failing her, didn't Sitlali tell us that the Mare Jivari was created by Sanhaj's battle with the Abyss 500 years ago? Wait, hold on. Are we sure the troop story is from 1,000 years? Oh, that's interesting, actually. No, that's true. If the Mare Jivari was created, the Mare Jivari would have had to have been created after the Wanderer's Troop. But they're saying, unless the monster has always been there no matter what, either that or Istaroth is fucking around with some time manipulation. Are we sure that the troop story is from thousands of years back? Haha, how could it be mistaken? That wandering troop story is heroism, has long since been recorded in the records of kings and clans. Anyways, Mr. Albedo said that this runestone contains infinite vitality, similar to that of a dragon. Holy shit. So the Bakunawa is definitely gonna be like, is that gonna be a boss that we fight when we go there? A world boss maybe? Or some type of creature? We know that there's a monster with with immortality there, right? That Albedo mentioned. I assume that that's the same one. If it has infinite vitality, it's because it's immortal. That's crazy. The runestone contains infinite vitality similar to that of a dragon. Unless it is a dragon. All you need to do is use the crafting bench to absorb the vitality of the runestone with the dragon tooth that we can get to forge our weapons. That sounds impressive, as expected of Mr. Albedo. Alchemy is truly something else, huh? How does one even absorb vitality from 1,000-year-old stone? Interesting. The Bakunawa monster mentioned in the quest may be inspired by the Bakunawa serpent from Philippine mythology. It is said to be a moon-eating dragon. Guys, there's no shot. They're tying this with Nod Cry. A moon-eating... The moon! A moon-eating dragon that dwells either in the sky or the underworld, causing natural phenomena such as eclipses, earthquakes, rain, and wind. Guys, I think the Mare Jivari is going to be our quote-unquote summer patch. This sounds like it's teasing Nod Cry, and that's what the summer events always do, except it'll be permanent. So instead of us getting a limited summer area, I think we're going to get a permanent summer area, aka a permanent area that we go to that's not summer focused, but it's going to be Mare Jivari, and I think that's going to tease Nod Cry. That's crazy. If this is a dragon, is it a sovereign then? I don't know if it's considered a sovereign because it is a moon. I don't know if there's a moon dragon. I don't know if they articulated the different kinds there were. I don't know if they said if there was like a void one, an anemo, a hydro, obviously one for every element, but I'm curious. Yeah, because it says this one whips up earthquakes, rain, and wind. Obviously it's not the hydro sovereign, so earthquake sounds like earth, wind sounds like anemo, eclipses, but it's also moon related. It wants to eat the moon. That sounds like Moon Avenger. I don't know if that's like, if this is going to be related to Rashir of Solnari, Rerir. Wow, I was not expecting this. Wow. Bakunawa, also known as the moon-eating dragon, is a serpent-like dragon dragon from Philippine mythology. In some versions of the Bakunawa legend, there's no explicit killing of Bakunawa. Instead, the creature is banished from its home by the supreme god. Primordial one? Did the heavenly principles banish a moon dragon? This often happens after Bakunawa, enraged by human actions or events, attempts to eat the moon as a form of revenge. Chat. This is crazy. This sounds like, yeah, this sounds like Orobashi 2.0. Dude, look at these depictions of it. Oh my God, that looks sick. This often happens after Bakunawa, enraged by human actions or events, attempts to eat the moon as a form of revenge. In the tale where Bakunawa falls in love with a human girl, the god punishes Bakunawa by banishing it after the Bakunawa is about to eat the last. Bro, what the fuck? Guys, this actually might be low-key spoiling us for Nodcry. Oh my God! In the tale where Bakunawa falls in love with a human girl, the god punishes Bakunawa by banishing it after the Bakunawa is about to eat the last moon. Another version describes Bakunawa being driven away by a loud noise of the people who is trying to save the moon. The Bakunawa is not destroyed, but rather removed from the sky and its home in the sea. Holy moly. Bro, I low-key think this is... I feel like if I look too deeply into this mythology, it's gonna like spoil everything. Wow, this is so cool. So a moon-eating dragon that's gonna be in some kind of conflict with humans and will eat the moon or attempt to eat the moon, but maybe the primordial one stopped them, aka the last moon that's hovering right now into that. I don't know. And they did say, didn't Albedo say it's like imprisoned, or it's like in the Mare Jivari? I don't know if it's imprisoned or if it's stuck there or something, but it's an immortal monster in the Mare Jivari, and I'm assuming that's the same one that he ripped the flesh off of. Brother, that is crazy cool. Chat, that is so exciting. Oh my goodness gracious. So was the sound of the roars that we were hearing, am I led to believe that that is the monster? How the heck did the Hexen Circle get its flesh? I don't know. Maybe they have like, I don't know, maybe they have a blade that can cut through anything or something. Holy moly. That is so exciting. I hate how convoluted it is to get that information, because you would have had to do the 5.2 event to get the extra little bits of detail about the Wanderer's Troop going to the Mare Jivari. Actually, you know what? The Wanderer's Troop is a heroic story in Mondstadt, and Mondstadt used to once be a nation that revered Istaroth, who's the god of time. So I wouldn't be surprised if Istaroth helped out the Wanderer's Troop during that time and took them back in time or something, or did some kind of time manipulation. Either that or the Lava Walker is a part of the Wanderer's Troop and has been around, you know, for whatever, you know, whatever the case might be. Because I know the Lava Walker is like heavily regarded in that lore. Oh, Venti. I'm gonna say Venti knows everything. Yeah, you know what's also very interesting, chat? Now that we're kind of getting down to like the brass tacks of it, Istaroth created Venti, Nibirius created Egeria, Renova kind of made a deal with Shibalanke, and I guarantee you the Shade of Space is in some way in a contract with Zhongli. Like, I feel like Zhongli knows about the Shade of Space, because when you think about it, what is it? Wind, water, earth, and fire create for me what I desire, right? Like, those four elements are pivotal to the creation of life and alchemy and all of that, and those four elements coincide with the four shades. Yeah. Zhongli was either created by the Shade of Space, or he's in a contract with the Shade of Space, or they know each other. It's one of those things. Zhongli and he also might be the Geo Dragon Sovereign, so he would have been around that far when the Heavenly Principles came in. Zhongli, it's only, you're not beating the allegations, my boy. I'm sorry. Does anyone have Lava Walker pieces anymore? Actually, I still do. Yo, I'm goated. Hold on. Pause, champ. The feather of a proud phoenix, you can almost hear the sounds of its flapping and the scorching flames. Legend has it that there exists a kind of solitary bird that sings in the blazing flames. People worship it as a totem, where kings saw it as a sign of nobility. Donning this feather, the Lava Walker retreated from the outside world. Alone he came and alone he went, leaving no trace behind. Since then, people often hear cries coming from the Mare Jivari. No one knows if they're the songs of the bird or the sighs of the Lava Walker. That'd be cool. We need Lava Walker lore. We need Stanley lore when we go there as well. Lava Walker and Stanley lore, like those two things. And now like a moon-eating dragon lore. I need all of it, dude. I want everything, please. Interesting. Oh, so Minukawa and Bakunawa. So one of them, so the the phoenix eats the sun, and that actually kind of reminds me of Skoll and Hati from Norse mythology, right? The wolves that chase the sun and moon. So in Philippine mythology, you got a phoenix that's devouring the sun and a dragon devouring the moon. That's so cool. Yeah, before sun and moon, guys, these two are gonna be, yeah, I'm assuming then we're gonna see a phoenix and a dragon when we go to the Mare Jivari. That is so cool. I also want Stanley lore, please. Either like a memorial of where he died, or like maybe like his backpack or his sword that's still there or something. Some type of like some kind of remembrance of him being there, because that's where he died, right? I also hope that they update like Hans Archibald's lore in Mondstadt. I hope they update that, because his lore ties in with Stanley, because he was saved by Stanley, who died from a monster in the Mare Jivari. It could have been that Bakunawa for all we know. So, God, this is so exciting. This is really exciting stuff. I can't wait. Who's Stanley? You gotta do Venti's story quest. Stanley was a great Mondstadt adventurer who died in the Mare Jivari. Wow. That is so cinema, dude. That is so Pete. Yeah, I did not realize I'd be spending the next 20 to 30 minutes going through this intro portion here of this, but this was spectacular. The Mare Jivari is so exciting, and I'm more excited now than I thought, and I actually feel more confident now saying it. 5.7 might be a Dainsleif Archon quest with a Skirk story quest and an event, and then 5.8 has to be the Mare Jivari. That kind of gives us the last push forward of Natlan lore, and also sets us up with giving us like some early teases of Nodcry, which is moon focused, and now we have like this Philippines mythology of a dragon eating the moon and that connection. So I'm very, very excited for whatever Hoyo is cooking now that we have all of this relevant information, and I hope we can, I'm just really excited for the future for sure.